Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first episode of Ben Jammin's Jams. So, this channel for YouTube, I am going to do only positive reviews of music, movies, and television. Because anybody can say negative stuff. That's pretty much what people, are easier. It's easier for most people to say negative stuff, I'm finding, than it is for them to say positive things about music, movies, and television, or anything in general. I mean, and especially during this pandemic and during this time, like it's rough for everybody to find some joy. So hopefully I will bring a little bit of joy into your life via other musical artists and actors and other people in the entertainment industry. So this is a channel for only positive views and vibes on stuff. Negative stuff, I will say, I'm sure, but it won't be on this channel. So that will not be my thing because it's not for me to talk and disrespectfully be about something. If I don't like something, I won't review it. If I like something, I'm going to obviously review it. So that's how you can and cannot tell what I do and do not like. So anyway, well, you won't be able to tell because I won't be talking about it. Anyway, so the first episode is going to be about my favorite CD. The second episode will be about my favorite TV show, and my third one will be about my favorite movie. So people like me that don't read music, they can't write music, that don't know the difference between a clef and a treble clef will not have to worry about that because I'm not going to speak on all those things. I'm just going to talk about the basics, like it's beautiful and all those other sort of things to describe the albums and the music and describe the albums, songs, even if I just do songs, television and movies as well, popular movies. So the album that I'm going to do today is by Anita Baker. She is my favorite artist, and she's my favorite female vocalist as well too. She's absolutely like the pinnacle of everything that I love about music. She's my girl. She's a jazz singer. She's been in the industry for quite a while, doing great things with that voice of hers and her range. Her voice is an absolute instrument, like people say. So the album that I'm going to cover today by Anita Baker is Compositions. It was released by Elektra, was the record company that released it, and it was released on July 3rd, 1990. So that 4th of July was absolutely amazing. I can definitely tell you it was because I remember that because I bought it the day that it came out. The first single that was released from the album was "Talk to Me," which is absolutely phenomenal. It's so poignant, it's so beautiful. The second song on that is "Soul Inspiration," which is absolutely everything. It's definitely a wedding song for sure. You can dance this at your wedding 100% and fall in love just listening to it on a date. And the third single released from that is "Fairy Tales," which is actually my favorite song from the album. It's absolutely stunning. I love everything about it. Her voice, I mean, it's absolutely flawless. Like this whole album is an experience album because you experience something from it, and it's absolutely flawless from "Talk to Me" all the way to "Fairy Tales." Like you don't have to pull it out of you don't have to stop playing it because it doesn't jar you. It doesn't like surprise you with something like just like loud in the beginning. Like it's very mellow and smooth all the way through. It's absolutely everything and phenomenal to listen to. So some fun facts about this amazing, beautiful album by this beautiful artist was that it was number 3 on the R&B charts. It was number 4 on the adult contemporary charts. Number 7 on the UK charts. Those are the highest levels that it got on these 3 different charts. Why I like the album is because when I am upset or I need to think about something or I have a lot on my mind, I will put in this album and I'll listen to it. I'll listen to it I'll listen to it on my headphones. I'll pop it in the CD. I have the cassette of this. I have if there was, and I'm sure if I could find the vinyl, I would 100% have it on vinyl too, because I'm that guy. I 100% love this woman, and I would give her every single last penny I had to buy anything that she put out. So, and I would with all of the artists and everything that I would mention on the show. I promise you, I spent my money to make sure that I bought this because it was absolutely worth having in my collection. It had to be in my collection 100%. When I listen to it with my family, we're really chilled and relaxed. We just sit and laugh and talk about family history and stuff like that, and we just and do the dozens with each other and talk about each other and just have a good time with this playing in the background. It doesn't distract you. You can focus on whatever you're doing and get everything and get a lot of stuff done. And for those that don't know me, and for people that do know me, they can testify to this. I 100% am always singing. So I'm always singing Anita Baker songs. Like I'm even quoting movies all the time and TV shows. Like I'm usually a walking quote. And if somebody even says one word from an Anita Baker album or any album in general, I can literally come up with a song from like a couple of words. It's absolutely pretty funny if I have a song like right on the top of my mind. If they've done it really well or say it in the tempo that it was said before, I can pick it up and even go with it. It's actually hilarious. It's one of the things that I do. That's one of the zany things about me that people can say is like, that boy crazy. But yeah, it's absolutely amazing album. That's the reason why I like this album. It's an experience. You'll definitely enjoy it. I promise you on everything that's holy, you will 100% love this album when you listen to it. On the back of the album, it's in the liner notes is what they call for the album. It's like the what when people like it's kind of like the end credits, I guess you can say, and it also has a lot of great stuff in it. Like it has who in this particular set of liner notes, it reads that the executive producer was Anita Baker, and that the producer was Michael J. Powell on this album, and it's absolutely amazing. They do a terrific job. Like honestly, like this is perfect. They did an absolutely perfectly flawless job on doing this album. All the and I did all the artists on it, all the musicians, the producers, the engineers, everybody that touched this album in some way, shape, or form did a flawless job on this album. I promise you. Just give it a shot and listen to it. You will definitely not be disappointed if you listen to this album. And my last thing before I go is I just want to thank you, Anita Baker, for making this album. Thank you, God, for making this album. Thank you so much. It's absolutely beautiful. Thank you, Michael J. Powell, for helping produce this album. Thank you for all the musicians that took their time out to do this album. And I just can't thank you guys enough for everything. So I appreciate this, and please don't stop making music, all of you, Anita included. Everybody, just keep doing what you're doing, because you guys, as far as I'm concerned, are doing a smashing job. You're absolutely amazing at what you're doing. This album will make people happy for sure if they're upset. At least it does for me. So I'm only going off of my opinion. I'm not like the end all music like type of person who I'm a critic that says, oh, this is the greatest album it's ever. But it is. It's the greatest album ever, one of the greatest albums ever written, and it's absolutely amazing. But like I'm just giving all the glory to Anita Baker and everybody that touched this album, like I said, and put their effort and their artistry into this album, because it's absolutely stunning. So definitely follow Anita Baker, because I don't know what else I'm supposed to say on this, as far as to not get in trouble with Anita, because that's the last thing I want is her to be mad at me, because I absolutely adore her. So follow her on Twitter. She is I am Anita Baker on Twitter. You can follow me here. Please subscribe to the page. I would love to hear, to have some more people watch this and hopefully share this with their friends and family, for people like me that don't really know, like, how to read music, but just know what they like and listen to. So maybe if somebody's saying, hey, I'm like out of music, I have nothing I can possibly think of, let them, give them something outside of their norm. If they're into something else, give them a new genre to fall in love with. I mean, jazz is absolutely phenomenal. So are the rest of the genres, honestly. But this album in particular will, if they're not a jazz person, I have a feeling that they would be a jazz listener after listening to this. It's absolutely stunning. The artistry, again, on this album, from the musicians and Anita herself and anybody else that sang up backup vocals, it's flawless. Subscribe to my channel, please, and feel free to leave comments in there. Tell me what your favorite song is off of this album, or if you did give it a shot, and leave me and like, and say, hey, like, you're right, or hey, you're wrong. Like, either way, I would like to at least know that you listened to it in some way, shape, or form, or anything off of it. But I prefer you listen to the whole album, because I promise you're gonna absolutely like be flabbergasted by it. Again, the album is Compositions by Anita Baker. So somehow listen to it. Like, please buy it if you can afford it, or make sure that you just get it into your house and into your ears, in some way, shape, or form. That's legal, and that gives profits to the musicians and Anita Baker herself. Yeah, so subscribe to me, and can't wait to do my next episode with you guys. And this is pretty raw and unedited, so all the stammering and all that crazy stuff will be included in this. So yay for me. So have a good night, and hopefully you will have listened and got something new that you'll put and add to your collection. So have a good night. I'll see you later.